Story 2. By scottismynameduon. I was camping in Ohio by myself third night there, woke up to piss, walked about 10 feet from my hammock and noticed a headlamp about 80 to 100 feet from me. I watched it for about 10 minutes. I watched him stand up, sit down. I got my boots on and grabbed my hatchet and started to walk to the right of my campsite. I was going to find out what he was up to. I got about 50 yards from my site and started walking towards him when I noticed another headlamp, about 40 feet from me and walking around. I hit the ground and threw some leaves on me. He walked about 10 feet from where I was laying. Then he stopped, lit a cigarette and finished his beer. He threw his can on the ground. After he got far enough that he couldn't hear me, I got up and started walking towards the first guy. I got close enough to him that I could hear his phone receiving messages. I moved up closer to him quietly to where I can see his face lit up from his cell phone. That's when he stood up and started walking towards my hammock. I laid there on the ground for a minute and made my way towards my site. I stopped when I started hearing my tarp that I had above my hammock being trashed. Then I could see flashlights, and then my big flashlight turned on and off. I heard my mess kit being thrown and them talking about how he was just here. I laid on the ground and watched my flashlight walk away until it was a small dim light. When the sun came up and I returned, my whole site was destroyed. My hammock and tarp was shredded by what looked like a machete. My mess kit was stomped on. They took my backpack, rain gear and flashlight. I went to the spot where I saw the first guy and found chew pouches, 8 empty beers and an empty lighter. I walked to where I saw the other guy and found an empty bag of powder which turned up to be meth, a mess of cigarette butts and a pile of shit with no toilet paper to be found.